Hi you guys. So I've been trying to make this video for the last hour and my computer has not been cooperating. So yeah. Oh well, not a big deal. Okay, so thank you all so much for your comments. I did reply to everyone. And yeah. So I have good news. We did sign the sales agreement, sorry, on Friday night. And it's exciting. However, we haven't gotten to really celebrate, and I don't think it has fully synced in the hugeness of what we've done because we had a massively busy, huge weekend all around. On Friday night, after we signed the sales agreement, we went grocery shopping and then we babysat. My husband's godson was over. We got booby-trapped into babysitting him. When we found out that we were going to be signing on Friday, we were on the phone with his mom. And she said, "Oh, are you guys doing anything Friday night?" And my husband said no, because we thought she meant like we'd go out to celebrate or something. But then she said, "Well, then you can babysit." And we had already said that we were free, so we ended up babysitting. Which is fine. We love the baby and we love to babysit him, but yeah, bad timing. So we didn't get to celebrate on the Friday. And he came over and he is usually the most mellow baby ever, but apparently he needs his mama to be around to be mellow. Because he was fine for the first 40 minutes and then we were eating and I was eating with one hand, holding him. And then he lost his tiny mind. Lost his tiny mind. He wailed for an hour and a half, like not a little bit of crying, not whimpering, no. Crying like a cat being murdered. Yeah, the high-pitched scream. And he would settle for a couple seconds and he would pick right back up. And I thought the neighbors were going to come up and say, "What are you doing to this child?" Then he finally dozed off. And long story short, long night on Friday. Then his parents, who we love and we are really good friends with, are lingerers. They linger, they won't leave, and you're yawning and you're falling asleep and they still sit on your couch. Their baby was staring and yawning, and they still stayed until almost 2 in the morning. And I get up 5:45 to go to work, so I was dead. So yeah. And then on Saturday, I became an aunt for the 3rd time and a godmother for the very first time. My nephew was born on Saturday, the 4th of December at 3:53 in the afternoon. He weighed in at 4 kilos, 7 grams. I don't know the weight in pounds. You just have to multiply that by 2.2. And he was 51 centimeters long. Big baby. For his mom's size, he's a big baby. She ended up having a C-section after 36 hours of labor. She got stuck at, sorry, I need to scratch my eye. She got stuck at 6 centimeters for hours, even with Pitocin, and she ended up getting the epidural, and then she was at the end of her rope, and she just went for the C-section. She's doing well. The baby is perfectly healthy, and she's fine. They're coming home tomorrow, and I am so excited. My gift as a godmother, because we are on a budget, I have heard a lot from new moms that having food in the house and not having to worry about preparing a meal when you have a newborn is really helpful. So I'm going to be feeding them for the first 2 to 3 weeks. As of the moment they get home, I'm going to make sure that they always have dinner. Pros is a challenge because my sister-in-law is a vegetarian and I'm not, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But I'm excited to do that, and I'm going to love doing that for them. He's got a great name, which I'm not sure that I should share because it's not my baby, and it's not my decision to put that out on the internet. So yeah, Saturday, big, exciting day. Bundle of nerves all day because we knew they were in the hospital, and we didn't get an update until 8 in the afternoon, and they had left at 12 the night before, 12 a.m. So yeah, It was crazy. And then they had picked out two names for their baby boy. And they wanted to see him first before they settled on the one name, which I think suits him perfectly, by the way. But as a godmother, I was in charge of writing his name and his birthday on the little like memento souvenirs that it's customary here to give somebody a token when they come over to visit your baby, either at the hospital or at home. So that I needed to do. So basically, all that to tell you that it was a crazy weekend and it interfered with us being as good as we would have liked to be on the TTC front. We did manage to BD on Friday and on Friday night, as tired as we were, and Sunday morning. And yeah, on Friday night, I got my OPKs and I took one at night and it was totally negative, the faintest line. And if you remember, last cycle at cycle day 11, I already tested positive. So I think based on my last 4 cycles that I have like a 26-day cycle and then a 28 one and then a 26 one, because that's what has happened now. Cycle day 11, I think it was. No, this was not cycle day 11. Was it? Jesus, I don't know. But I do know it was negative on Friday. And on Saturday, with the craziness, I did not remember to take a test. And then on Sunday morning, I tested and it was darker than the line in the morning, and at night it was going down. So I'm going to once again arbitrarily say that I ovulated on Monday, which would make me 3 DPO. Yeah, 3 DPO because it's Thursday. So yeah, I am not as in tune with this whole TTC thing this month just because, not because my heart isn't in it, it is, but I just haven't, my brain is too preoccupied with so many other very important things. The birth of a child and the signing of a loan and the buying of a house, and it's just been a heck of a whole lot. So yeah, I am definitely excited and I have definitely made peace with the idea of not having everything be right on track. You know, ideally in a perfect world, we'd like have the house and then but you know what? I count my lucky stars that we are 27 and able to afford to get a house. And I am just grateful for what we have. And I know so many people out there have it a lot worse than we do. So I think I am going to test on Thursday next week. And I think Thursday is the last 11 DPO or 12 DPO. And I'm just gonna go with the flow. If it works out, then amazing. And if it doesn't, we'll just keep on trying. I think I'm just going to try to do it like that. Last month, I was so disappointed because we freaking flew my husband over to another country to BD. And it didn't work out. And so, yeah. I've taken now, I'm going on my 100th folic acid pill. That's unbelievable. I've been taking it for over 3 months now. And I'm doing the 2-week wake things. I'm not drinking any alcohol, which I don't either way. And I'm only drinking decaf coffee. I have drunk a couple of glasses of Diet Coke. Yeah. Pretty much my only addiction it was for a while. And then I gave it up in May when we found out that my sister-in-law was expecting as kind of like an offering for the baby. It might seem silly, but the way I was brought up, if you give something up that you really like for Lent or whatever, I wanted to do something, and there's very little you can do. And my sister-in-law was taking heart medication when she found out she was pregnant. She had been taking it for weeks, and apparently it was not good to be taking that in your first trimester. She was not on prenatals. She is older. It was an unplanned pregnancy, so I wanted to do something to help. And I gave up Coke Light for the for her entire pregnancy. And now the baby's born, and I was like, woohoo! So I had a couple glasses of Coke Light. Okay, but I digress. So yeah, that's my cycle info. Not incredibly interesting and not incredibly accurate. I'm sorry. So I guess that's it. I've made this video a couple of times, and the first time it went up to 15 minutes. I don't know what I talked about. I've forgotten. Oh yeah, the house. Yeah, okay. So I guess I didn't really go into detail as to how much work needs to happen to this house. It's a lot of work. It's an empty shell right now. As in, new electricity, new plumbing, central heating, bathroom, kitchen, it all still needs to happen. So yeah. We're hoping to finalize the sale if all goes well. I'm thinking mid-March. Or no, mid-February, sorry. My husband's thinking mid-January, which I think is way too optimistic. And then we can start working. The house does have a new roof and new double glazed windows, which is already a huge cost that we don't have to take on, and it allows us to start working right away. So yeah, if all goes well, I'm hoping that we'll be able to move in next summer, the end of next summer, early fall. Yeah, once the utilities have been installed, I think we can live there. And then once you live there, you can like do more work at night and stuff other than like going there, working, and then coming back here. It's gonna be rough. Also, paying rent and a loan. Yeah, I mean it's all budgeted, but yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. It's exciting. And I know I've said excited a million times, but it just is. So I know people out there are on their 2-week waits, as I am. As I am. Not very eloquent tonight, huh? Yeah, I'm in the 2-week wait. I'm feeling a lot more zen about it this time. Not because I don't want it just as much, just because my brain is busy doing other things, which I'm glad about. So this weekend, we are going back to the house and taking some measurements because we're going to be gone for 3 weeks. We're going back to Ecuador on December 21st until second week of January. We're gone for 3 weeks. And yeah, it's going to be great because we get to spend the holidays with my family and then we get to get married again. And I have a girl question to ask you guys. I am in bad need of a haircut. And thank you guys. You always say you look nice, and I'm sure you are totally honest, and I really appreciate the loveliness of those comments. But I haven't had a haircut in 6 months, 5 months, so I need it. And as much as I like my hairdresser, she just has a tendency to cut my bangs way too short. This is 5 months. I mean, they started out all the way up here. And that's fine for like, but for your wedding, all the pictures that are being taken, and I know, all those lists like what not to do before the wedding. It's like don't get a haircut right before. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to go in for a haircut. So what do you guys think? What did you do? The first time we got married, I got married in June, and I got a haircut 6 weeks in advance. Purposefully 6 weeks in advance. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to make it abundantly clear not to cut my bangs too short. She cuts hair. My God, I'm all over the place. Okay, anyhow. They cut hair while it's dry. So it's an experience the first time you go. It's like, oh my goodness, what are they doing? So yeah, that's on the schedule. Crazy weekend, preparing to leave on the trip. Like studying loans and interest rates and life insurance and fire insurance. It's just been crazy. Very, very grown-up things we're doing these days. We have settled on a bank. We're going to have to switch banks because our current bank did not offer us the best rate. So I guess that's just what is going to happen, So there you go, guys. My all over the place update. Baby dust to everybody out there who's trying. Thank you so much for your comments. If you have any questions, you know what to do. And till next time, bye bye.